All right, what's goody? It is week 3. The reason I waited till week 3 because week 1 and 2, I wasn't really doing anything, and it's not to say that I'm doing something now, but there would be more to speak from and more to talk about since I'm in the heavy-ish weeks leading up to the end of the block. So week 1 and 2, it was mad chill, it was mad real. I was able to get like a better feel for how things were going to play out for the block. And I'm also around that 222, 224 range. So as far as like bulking up to 105, like it's gradually happening and it's happening how it's supposed to. When you are bulking, ideally you want to put more time and effort into those big bang movements. And for me, that's been my legs. And typically when I train my legs super hard, I train them super frequently. Not only am I able to recover from it, but I'm also able to like feel the strength that I get from training them harder. I can feel it quicker. It's a very weird thing. Since I've been bulking, I can feel my body getting strong, and I can feel myself get access to that strength immediately. It doesn't take, I don't know if it's because I'm older or because it's the bulk or the combination of the two, but that grown man strength is like here and it's alive. And that accompanied with bulking it's a great feeling. It's crazy because now I'm eating 4 times a day, which is very difficult. And since I've been doing it, regardless of whether I want to or not, some days I only get 3 depending on what time it is. But for the majority, I'll hit 4. I'll hit 4 and I'll do protein. I'm not counting macros. Well, Marcus, if you're not counting macros, it's like I'm very aware of how I feel on a day-to-day basis. I've been with myself for a very long time, and I pay attention to a lot of things that the average person or the average athlete or even the advanced athlete might not have access to within their like thought process. So there's a lot of things that I'm able to pay attention to about myself that just allows me to move forward in a way that makes sure that make sure that I'm making progress. And so since I've been doing that, I'm only sore for like a day, and it's the weirdest thing ever. Like I'll wake up the next morning, especially like after my night walk, I'll wake up and I'll just be like, I'm good. Like I can go again. Sleep is weird because I have to wake up super early just to eat, and I've also started to mold my day around the morning time, and so that on the back end of the day, there's not too much going on. And it's very weird. It's very hard. I'm not a morning person, but there are certain qualities and things that I know that I need to do in order for me to reach the destination that I'm trying to get to. And one of those things is just waking up early and just being more timely with things that coincide with what I'm trying to do. And so it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie. And so with that being said, like every session, I feel like I can, even if I'm tired, dude. Like there's some sessions I go in and work out and I be dead tired, but because I'm feeding myself and I'm eating like I'm supposed to, I'm able to go into these workouts and really just like smack something. Like I can smack something. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not adhering to RPEs, because you want to adhere because that's what's going to keep you in the game. That's what's going to sustain you. But I'm also just making sure that my jumps are appropriate week to week. And if I'm warming up and I feel like I have a target number and I have something that I would like to hit, and sometimes those aren't always the same, but if I'm warming up and I feel like, oh, I can hit what I want to hit, for the most part, I still don't do it. I'm saving everything for week 4, because that's supposed to be the highest exertion week, depending on what the lift is. And so I feel good. It almost feels like I'm supposed to be here. It almost feels like I should be this heavy. The main thing for me though is, even though I'm getting heavier, I don't want to lose any athleticism. I don't want to be tight and lazy and any of those things. And so just walking, doing more athletic things like sprinting and jumping, I want to start easing plyometrics in there, but you got to be careful with stuff like that because it can be a lot on your knees, and it taxes you in a different way. So you just gotta be careful. But today is bench primarily, but as always, we started off with legs because you gotta squat before you bench. So why you not gonna do your legs before you bench? And that's just me. That's a me thing. I'm not saying that everybody has to do that, but I know for me, it'll make me more confident knowing that my legs feel like absolute trash, but it's time to bench, and my body is conditioned. And so conditioning is not something that people think about in terms of powerlifting or a strength-based sport. But the more you have that GPP, that general physical preparedness, the more you have of that, the better of an athlete that you'll be long term, and the more you'll be able to sustain the gains. Can we hashtag sustain the gains? So we're gonna hack squat. I have to look at the weight. I've been going up each week, and that for me, that has been the lift that like I immediately feel when I squat and when I deadlift. It feels like I'm going to crack the earth every time I press, and so it's fire. It's dope. And then we have top set of 5 at 5.5. No, at 7.5 on bench. And then y'all know the drill. But let's go. It's been weird because for the last 2 weeks y'all ain't been with me, but y'all finna be with me. So be with me. All right, let's go. On hack squat, I've been doing 3x10, and then that last set I'll do 16. And when I do it in my mind, I'm like, if I can get to 16 of these, then I own this weight. And so we own 5 plates. Next week I'm still gonna go up, but next week I probably only go up a little bit compared to just because it's the final week and I know there's not gonna be like too much left, and I still have my primary squat. Mind you, I also do this before my primary squat, so when I do that day, I'm not typically 100% fresh, which is fine, which is cool. I've been adapting to it, I've been recovering, so I'm not too pressed. But this is good because I've been able to reverse band hack squat. I've been able to progress it week to week and just take those marginal jumps and not really, because it's still an accessory, but because of where I am in training, like the thought process behind it is different. If I was in comp prep, either I wouldn't hack squat or I would like change my max for my hack squat. I would change the max and just work with completely different numbers. When something works, like, do it. And when it don't work, don't do it. And if you know something works, do it. Like, for me, I know this works. I can feel it, I can see it when it's time for me to actually comp squat. And for me, it's a big reason why I don't shift when I squat. Everything is like straight up and down. because my quads are able to like fire hard. They're strong enough so I can keep a good center mass. And that's been the thing for me. Like, my back is super duper strong, and typically I wouldn't necessarily shoot back, but oftentimes when I see people squat, not only do they cut depth or they're afraid of their depth, but they typically shift back, or they typically like do this weird wibbly wobbly type vibe, and I don't do that. And the main reason I don't do that is because my quads have just gotten a lot stronger. So we just gotta keep that up. I'm tired. That joint got me tired, but we gonna do Bulgarians, then we're gonna get ready to bench. On hack squat, I've been doing 3x10, and then that last set I'll do 16. And when I do it in my mind, I'm like, if I can get to 16 of these, then I own this weight. And so we own 5 plates. Next week I'm still gonna go up, but next week I probably only go up a little bit compared to just because it's the final week and I know there's not gonna be like too much left, and I still have my primary squat. Mind you, I also do this before my primary squat, so when I do that day, I'm not typically 100% fresh, which is fine, which is cool. I've been adapting to it, I've been recovering, so I'm not too pressed. But this is good because I've been able to reverse band hack squat. I've been able to progress it week to week and just take those marginal jumps and not really, because it's still an accessory, but because of where I am in training, like the thought process behind it is different. If I was in comp prep, either I wouldn't hack squat or I would like change my max for my hack squat. I would change the max and just work with completely different numbers. When something works, like, do it. And when it don't work, don't do it. And if you know something works, do it. Like, for me, I know this works. I can feel it, I can see it when it's time for me to actually comp squat. And for me, it's a big reason why I don't shift when I squat. Everything is like straight up and down because my quads are able to like fire hard. They're strong enough so I can keep a good center mass. And that's been the thing for me. Like, my back is super duper strong, and typically I wouldn't necessarily shoot back, but oftentimes when I see people squat, not only do they cut depth or they're afraid of their depth, but they typically shift back, or they typically like do this weird wibbly wobbly type vibe, and I don't do that. And the main reason I don't do that is because my quads have just gotten a lot stronger. So we just gotta keep that up. I'm tired. That joint got me tired, but we gonna do Bulgarians, then we're gonna get ready to bench. It'd be everything. What you got?
Probably some back today.
True. Yeah, I just finished hack squatting, and now I'm gonna bench my heart away.
You going heavy today?
I'm supposed to do like 355 for 5. So, I mean, I think that's heavy. It should be heavier. So, I'll know it's heavy if I start warming up and I freak out or I get like antsy. If I just do it and it's like cool, then I know like, all right, I'm chilling. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get back to it.
All right. If I need a spot, I'll get you. Appreciate it. All right, so we did Bulgarians, but we only did it on the left side, and we did something more glute med adductor based on the right side. Reason being is because when I move and when I just like feeling things out, I can feel myself not use those muscles appropriately on each leg, and that's a very weird statement. But again, like I said before, I'm super in tune with my body, and my right adductor is tight, and my rule of thumb, it's not like a rule, it's just like a guideline. It's one guideline that I go by when something is wrong. If something hurts, it's either weak or there's actually a problem. And I don't feel as though I have an actual problem, but I do feel weakness. And so with that being said, it's like, let's do things to help strengthen those areas. And it's worked for the most part. Like if something is bothering me, it means it's not strong enough, or it's tight, or there's not enough, like it doesn't have enough strength to be able to hold me in the position that I need to be able to do said movement. So even when I did on my right leg, when I did the split squat, it felt extremely unstable. Like it felt extremely unstable, and that's not good because obviously as I put more weight on the bar, again, people when it comes to squatting, they don't take into account lateral stability. They only think of up and down. They don't think of left and right. And if your body's not able to stay centered and keep itself in the middle as you do a movement, whether it be a squat or a deadlift, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna end up paying for it eventually, and that's not something I wanna do. And so on this day, I will make sure to dedicate at least 2 days a week to training those split squat variations. I was doing it before, but I got lazy because it's hard, and no cap, I ain't gonna cap. I could lie to y'all and be like, yeah, I'll be doing it, I'll be getting it done, but then I'll be one of them, and I'm not one of them. So training that and doing that the way I'm supposed to at least twice a week, and then I will start to feel, I know that I'll start to feel the symmetry in my squat once I start loading up weight. That and doing just single leg movements in general to help with that synergy and making sure that everything is able to stay together. Especially for the sumo people, that lateral stability is super duper important. A lot of people aren't strong left to right. Powerlifting is up and down, front and back. It's not left to right. And so you gotta split your body in half. I think it's sagittal, I could be wrong, but making sure those muscles are accounted for as well. So we finna crank out some, it's like 7 movements just to get my upper back warmed up. We'll do chin-ups. I don't want to, but I'm no capper, so we're gonna do chin-ups, then we're gonna bench. That bitch got heavy, boy. All right, so something, at first, everything felt cool until it did not. I think definitely definitely for me, wearing a belt helps. And I don't know, I just feel way more stable. I know that potentially some people may just be benching with their chest, and their leg drive is, it's important. Obviously, leg drive is important to keep you stuck, but I just don't feel as stable when I don't wear it. And I'm gonna test this out on the back downs. Now, obviously, because I missed a rep, we are going to take some off the back end because I'm gonna take some off the back end because I don't need to fail any more reps. But I did say I was tired, and normally I would eat twice before I came, but I only did once. But these are things that we just got to be mindful of moving forward so that we can have the best training session that we possibly can. But I think my back downs would be like 335. And I think shout out to Brandon. I think Brandon told me that a closer bench grip, it peaks well, but when you train it, you can't hit as much. And so this feels good because I feel very compact. I feel very sturdy. I do have to play with footing. Instead of turning my toes out, I might just have them forward. Again, these are a lot of small changes, but as soon as I change something, again, like I kind of just know. But this overall positioning, like the grip, that feels better. The feet, I'm gonna fix the feet. I'm gonna put my belt on, and then we're gonna reassess. So after I do this one, we should know, like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I think my back downs, hold on. My back downs are at wait a minute. Yeah, my back downs are supposed to be at 325, 330. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to 320 because again, we're not trying to fail anything. We're trying to get that volume in because that's the part that's gonna make us strong. And we don't want to fail nothing. And we want good technique. So let's hit these without faltering and make the necessary changes, and then let's see what's up. All right, so that definitely felt better with the belt. It just sucks. When you bench, if it sucks, you know you're doing it right. Like that joint is not a comfortable position to stay in. But instead of like actively trying to push, something I focused on within my foot is just spreading my feet as hard as I could, and my foot I just pushed. Like I wasn't trying to push, but like I mentioned before, your foot does the job. So if you think about doing things from your feet, everything else happens upstream. And so on this, all I did was spread my toes out. And now it kind of pissed me off because I'm like, yo, I could have got that 355 for 5. And it's gonna plague me all week. Next week, I don't know if I'm gonna go up, but I'm gonna do the rest of these sets at 330, and I'm going to focus on really just spreading my toes as hard as I can. And I feel like, especially because I have ollies on, it just makes me push. Like I can feel it better through my heel. But that set felt way more put together. And so we gonna be consistent. We're gonna do it again and just make sure that it's repeatable. But that felt great. Like the belt was definitely it. I don't know why I can't bench without it. It just feels better to do it. I've always done it. And I thought that because I was benching in a different way that I wouldn't need it, but I prefer it greatly over not having one. So let's get these back downs. All right, so we know that when it's time to bench, wear a belt. My shoulder blades, it just feels super tight. Probably like another week of just like consistently stretching, consistently holding these stretches. My back should be back to normal as far as just like how it feels. But I definitely, I gotta stretch my lats every day. And maybe I'll do a video about some of the things that I do, warm-up wise or prehab or rehab wise, that just keep me able to keep going. But I gotta fix that because it be messing me up. Like it feels like I'm this way, and I need to be here. So I'm like slightly rotating. But we fix that, and we'll be good to go. And it has to be a daily thing. It can't be when I feel like it. And that's another thing. Like you gotta have those non-negotiables. You gotta have those things where it's like, I'm going to do this thing no matter what. Shout out to Jazz, because she hit me with that not too long ago, just talking about how what are those things that are the things that you are not going to negotiate with. Those are the things that's going to take you where you want to be. It's going to take you to the next level. And I don't want to compromise, especially when I know that I need to be doing X, Y, Z. So we just got to do better. Today this wasn't the best training session. It kind of upset me a little bit, and although I'm doing it, and I won't be able to finish a lot of it. Not a lot of it, but I won't be able to finish most of it. I'll have to combine it with my Monday, which is fine. It's just gonna be a lot of supersets. But it's just a meal thing, bro. Like, I can't be missing meals. That's non-negotiable. And it upset me because I'm having this groove, I'm having this streak, and to have something minor like that throw me off it's a little frustrating. So it's all good. We're gonna just get back on it. We're gonna do what we need to do. We're gonna fix what we need to fix. And we're gonna keep it rolling. All right, as always, like the video. Can y'all like it? Because liking the video is important. It helps. And again, it feels weird asking, but if you made it this far, like the video. It definitely helps my channel grow. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay confident, stay strong, stay fearless, stay dangerous. Believe in yourself, be undeniable. Press on. I'm gonna see you on the next one.